Have you ever read a novel and wondered how an author ties in so many elements and themes? Small mentions from the beginning of a book can come back at the end, and little bits of congruity make the world feel that much larger and lived in, like the whole story feels cohesive and every piece belongs. There are different ways to achieve this. The obvious one is careful outlining. But I've never been much of an outliner myself. I enjoy letting the characters surprise me. When I want to make a story feel connected, one of the tools I use is something I call thematic scaffolding. The idea is simple. At the outset of a work, I select another work or a concept to act as a silent guide for my creative decisions. I call it scaffolding because, like a scaffold in a building, the guide helps dictate the shape of the project. But once the building is complete, the scaffolding should be invisible. It should disappear altogether. As an example, when I wrote We Are Icarus, I used Genesis as my scaffold for the book. When I needed names for people or places or events or structural details, I looked to Genesis to see whether I could find something to use. In one chapter, the main character, Icarus, goes gliding. There are 6 courses, and each course mirrors one of the days of creation. The first course was day and night, the second was sea and sky, then land and oceans, and so on. If you read the book, it would make sense. These decisions are sort of arbitrary. I could have been choosing anything. I could have just made super cool stuff with, volcanoes and explosions and whatnot. But by doing this, I aligned with my scaffold. And that matters for later on, when other things start to align with the scaffold. And the theme, or rather the thematic scaffold, starts to become an echo that repeats throughout the book and makes everything feel connected. With this method, everything tends to cohere with everything else because it's actually cohering with a separate thing altogether, an underlying source that the reader may not even notice. This isn't the same thing as using comp titles. A thematic scaffold doesn't mean you're trying to make your story read like the scaffold. In fact, the goal is often for readers not to notice the scaffold at all. If one connection is eventually revealed, the reader can have an aha moment and then start noticing other connections that they missed. As far as a comp goes, that's more like marketing, that's more readership who might be interested in the book, and not necessarily the themes or the deeper structures of the book. The effect of using this technique is a deeper world, a stronger sense that more is happening in the world beyond the page, and fewer arbitrary decisions that would otherwise have no meaning. The technique can be used very frequently, or it could be used very sparingly. For instance, in my other book, Alex Was Here, one of the thematic scaffolds I used was just for one single character, and it was Nathan in Alex Was Here. And the scaffold for him was Alyosha from the Brothers Karamazov. Nathan was not meant to become Alyosha, but when there was an opportunity to bend him in that direction, I took it. And that shaped how he turned out in the end. You can also scaffold from concepts rather than established literature. C.S. Lewis seems to have done something like that with his Chronicles of Narnia series. He used the planets, one planet for each book, or at least some people believe that. But the funny thing about that is people didn't really notice it until like years after his death. That shows you quite how subtle these thematic scaffolds can be. Now, this is just one way that I like to make my world deeper. There are surely many other ways, but I think it's a really helpful way, especially when you're still getting your feet situated in a book. It helps you to feel more grounded in the world and build a world that doesn't exist yet. And so I like to do it for pretty much everything I write. And when I write something that doesn't have one of these, it's just typically a worse story. So I encourage you, if you're interested in writing, try this. Find a work, find something that you're interested in, a book that you like, maybe even a historical era or a myth or anything like that really works. And just use it. Use it to bend what you're writing in a direction, and you'll be shocked how much it changes the finished product, I think, often for the better.